Hello Leo, how you going? This is your mid-month reading for January 2021. I still get a little bit of a boost whenever I say 2021. This year though, instead of doing 2 monthly readings, I'm going to be doing a general at the beginning of the month, and then halfway through the month I'm going to be doing a shadow reading. Our shadow is important for us because most people tend to ignore it, numb it, run away from it, try and get others to fix the holes that it creates. And so by looking at it and shining a light on it and learning from it, we heal ourselves and we get to move on. No one will ever tell you this is easy or fun. And if they do, they're lying. However, is it worthwhile? Abso-freaking-lutely. Will your whole life change for the better? Yep. And will you feel I'm just trying to think of how to describe how I felt when I first started letting things go. And the more I go through, the lighter I feel, the happier I feel, the less judgmental I feel. It's just a nicer place to live. I mean, this is where you live. And it's a really much nicer place to live there. So give it a go. Anyway, let's see what your shadow has to tell us this month. Leo, Leo, Leo. At the bottom of the deck, you've got the Sun, your card. Hello. So shiny and bright, happy, joyful. I'll run through these and then we'll go through the story. So, Fool, nice. Page of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 8 of Swords, 6 of Cups, Page of Wands, High Priestess, 10 of Pentacles, and 8 of Wands. Nice. So, my loves, recently the wheel has turned. Yes, it did at the end of December. Yay! And so the foundation of this is a little bit of confusion. 7 of Cups. What do I do now? Where do I go now? What's right for me? And how will I know? A little bit of insecurity in yourself. How will I know that what I'm choosing is good for me, is right for me? Because I've made some mistakes in the past, and so I'm a little bit uncertain about my ability to choose. But choose you will, because the current situation is the Fool. You are moving forward, and the wheel has turned, ending something, and now you are beginning a whole new season, which is lovely. You might be a little bit uncertain about that, but you're doing it anyway, which is courage, bravery. You are feeling a little bit uncertain about that because you're the Page of Swords. You know what you want to try, you know what you want to say, but it's very new to you. This is a very new idea, and you're not quite sure how to carry it forward or deliver the message to other people. The block is the Three of Pentacles. You might have been working with someone and decided to go out on your own, or you might need the help of somebody else and not be sure how to approach them. You might have started a new job and not be sure how to work with the new people you've started working with. We'll keep going. It's keeping you in a bit of a spider's web, because at the moment you've got the Eight of Swords, which is keeping you trapped in overthinking and not being able to make a decision and worrying about all this stuff, but you're not choosing to look for yourself. You're just covering up your eyes and letting your imagination run wild, saying, I don't know if I can do this, I'm overthinking, is this right, is this right, is that wrong, is this, what's going to happen? Take the blindfold off, love. Take it off. And step out of the circle so you can see things clearly. Rather than being in the middle of it, step out of it. You can do that. And look at everyone, everything very clearly from the outside, and then choose. Or don't. Walk away altogether. Try something new. But this is up to you. This is the part where you have to decide how you're looking at things and if you're choosing to stay trapped, because that way you don't have to make a decision. Coming up is the Six of Cups. So this might have something to do with your childhood or someone from the past making you doubt your own abilities, your own decisions. And Leos are they like everybody to know they've got it together. They work very hard and they're very sociable, but they like people to recognise their abilities. And so if someone's coming back from the past, they might actually try and drag you back, or this might be the person who pulls you forward. This might be the person who says, hey, I remember you. You were much different. Don't let what's happened to you stop who you are. Come this way. Remember who you are. Remember who you were before all this shit. And come back into your full self. And I think that's more likely, is someone is going to try and remind you of who you truly are. What you're not seeing is the Page of Wands. So this is another page. You're very uncertain, but in how to communicate your new direction, but you're also not seeing that it's a passionate start for you. This is a passionate direction for you. It's exciting. And if you let yourself step out of the overthinking, then you'll actually see what you've got and where you want to go. It'll be that's it. That's the direction. Why was I blocking that? Because I was so worried about what everybody else was going to say or think. The High Priestess is in the position of how to face what you need to face, how to deal with what you need to deal with over here in order to move on and in order to grow and develop. You need to listen to your intuition. You need to develop that more. Talk less, listen more, and not just talk less to outside people and listen to them. No. Step away and listen to yourself. Listen to your intuition. Listen to the very quiet messages that are coming through to you. And this is listening to the knowing. When something is true, really true, it's not an aggressive thing. It's a deep, you just know. You don't know how you know. You don't know what it means, but you just know. I just know. And if someone says, well, how do you know? You say, I just know. I'm certain of it. And you don't have to argue about it. You don't have to defend it. It's your knowing. And that's what's important because it's your path. This has been happening a lot with the shadow readings. Your hopes and fears is the Ten of Pentacles. This is what you want. This is what you hope for. But you're frightened that it will come in the same form as it has in the past. You want it in a different form. You want the fulfillment. You want the abundance. You want the home, job, family, health, all of this stuff. You want it. But the way you thought it looked before wasn't right. It was the external viewpoint of what it was supposed to be. So while you want this, you're afraid that you might get the same thing twice. And this is where you need to use your intuition because it will tell you the direction to go in order to get the one you want. And your knowledge, once you dig deeper into what you know, you'll discover that there's a difference between your version of this and everybody else's version of this. And so you go in the direction of your version of this. The outcome is going to be that you are going to be receiving messages really fast at a rapid rate once you open up to this. They're going to come through thick and fast. And one thing about that is that it's fantastic because you have all these aha moments and it's like, wow, I never thought that this was possible for me to hear this much and to get this much of a download. It can be a little bit overwhelming. So it's going to happen fast, but with the messages and the downloads comes a whole heap of stuff that you didn't realise that you now have to work on, that you now have to really look at, that you didn't realise you were even hanging on to. And so once you start getting these messages, it's going to open a lot of doors for you to really have a look at, go down and have a shine a light on. So as a fire sign, it's okay for it to happen quickly because you're used to fiery stuff and action. Look after yourself though and make sure you take time out to listen to the more you information. It can be tricky and it can be overwhelming, but you're on the right path. You're going in the right direction. And the ultimate thing to remember is that this is what leads to ultimate happiness. See, she's riding the black horse. You've got to kind of ride that into the sun. It's like, this is the tunnel and you've got to go through it to get to the sun. It's worth it. The reason there are sayings like this that annoy the shit out of everybody, it's always darkest before the dawn, or you can't have a rainbow without any rain, or there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. those is because sadly they're true. Not sadly, but it'd be nice if we came up with a different metaphor. I liken it to a bear hunt. You know, there's a children's book called We're Going on a Bear Hunt. And there's all these scary things that they have to go through. And the father says, you can't go around it. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You have to go through it to get to the other side. And that's how I see this process. You can't dodge it to get to the other side. You've actually got to go through it. And then once you get to the other side, you see how much more capable you are, and you see how much more there is to offer. All right. So can we have a message for Leo, please, for January? I love spirit. New beginnings. Can be a bit scary. Got to go through it. But it's so worth it. All right, my loves, please let me know how you go, and I will talk to you soon. Much love. Bye.